Welcome back to the Joyous Kingdom. I'm Cade. In today's video, we're going to be going through one of the courses that I created, walking you through kind of my thought process as to how I made it, how it funnels back to my business, and also to tell you how not to sell NFT art and talk about the mistakes that nobody prepares you for. So I hope you're excited to get into it. If you are, make sure you click that like button, lock it in, subscribe to the channel, join the kingdom. If you already follow me on Twitter, that's where all of the alpha, all the most important things go. As you know, the goal of this channel is to instill the knowledge and confidence it's going to take to navigate this metaverse on your own window. So if that sounds good to you, let's get into the video. Don't forget, if you're an NFT Project founder or Web3 company, that I do offer the Brutally Honest Review series on my YouTube channel. There have been VCs and private investors that saw some of my review videos on certain projects and companies and reached out to them. Remember, you never know who is watching content. It's a different type of organic marketing that's going to attract a different, older, more mature crowd. And that is the reason I've been able to go full-time in Web3, because the opportunities I've been given because of the certain audience that I have. The meta went from quantity and volume and hype to quality. So what are you waiting for? Book a high quality audit with the Brutally Honest Reviews. Again, link to my website down below in the description to get started. Okay, so first up, nobody make fun of me because my courses are very simple and I just have what I think is important on there, and I just think that that's enough. And so throughout the course, I'm going to be dropping bits of information that are valuable on their own. And throughout the course, I want the person going through it to be like, wow, I'm learning so much. Look how much this person's already taught me. I need to hire them as an advisor maybe, or there might be something specific that I said where they're like, yo, let's hire him for that exactly. And so that is the reason I make these courses, which I'll more than likely sell for free because they are a funnel back to my business. We're going to talk about how that works. But yeah, how not to sell your NFT art, the mistakes nobody prepares you for. A little bit of curiosity is sparked in here because you're like, what mistakes? And then you're like, wait, there's a way not to sell the art? Like, what does that mean? So the first slide here is, let me paint you a picture. So you're going to see the funnel structure here. I lay out kind of the situation. I give a little bit of context for myself, a little bit of explanation of what's going on. I let the viewer kind of come to the conclusion as they're going through the funnel that this is the solution, and then I present the offer at the end. So we'll go slide one. Let me paint you a picture. You know that feeling after you finish reading a book, beating a video game, watching a movie, where you sit back and say, man, damn, if only the main character knew about XYZ, then they could have avoided all this nonsense. It is I, and I'm talking to someone, anyone, who has not sold out their NFT art collection or is trying to get more high-ticket sales, grow their brand online, etc., etc. These are things I've done. I was able to hack the game early on, sell out 3 collections of my own, and help out tons of artists along the way using these key secrets that nobody knows about, nobody talks about them. So, shall we? I have a couple photos of my different collections, and then again, the curiosity. These key secrets. What are the key secrets? They gotta keep going. So you have to move on. So they're saying, okay, next slide. I gotta know. And so then I provide a little bit of context here. I get a little bit of credibility, connect with the person listening, and they're gonna be like, okay, like I kind of get this person. So I say, basically, I missed out on Bored Apes. Oops. A couple months later, I decided to drop my own NFT art collection of photography based on my journey of self-discovery, where I was living in a car, I was traveling, taking photos, self-portraits and stuff like that. Right when photography picked up and started to blow up, I was like, okay, my art is really good. So I'm gonna drop a collection. I'm gonna make some videos, market it a little bit, shill it in different places, see what happens. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, all it was to say, I watched how the OGs did it, tried some of those tactics, and sold out my first collection. But guess what? And they say, oh shit, he sold out some art. But there's something else. I discovered Victoria's Secret. I tried the same tactics and strategies a few months later for my second collection, and boom, I sold out. So, could I do it again? Generate interest and demand during a bear market for the third collection? You bet I did. And yes, you bet I did sell out. So, how did I do it? What are the tricks? How can you generate demand from an art piece with zero utility, no VC fund, no marketing budget, and no connections? You have nothing. How do you do it? And so now I've painted a whole picture and explained to you that I have the answer, and there is something in this course that you're missing that is the difference between you not selling NFT art and you selling NFT art. So as you can see, we're 6 slides in, and now I'm emotionally invested, and I'm just like logically like, okay, what the hell's the answer? Like, get to it already. So then I hit him with the answer, and I say VCV. I made this up on the spot when I was making it. Value, context, and volume. That is it. That is Victoria's Secret. Coming back to another point earlier in the slideshow for them to be like, oh yeah, I remember that earlier. So how did I use VCV to sell out my NFT art collection? So let's break it down. Value. My content output was helpful to someone. Context. My valuable content had a proper context and info around it so that people connected to my journey and value and wanted to stick around. And then for the volume aspect, I pumped out so much content, so much context as humanly possible. I subscribed to the Gary Vee model, and I posted everything and anything, because with every single bit of content out there, it is basically a shout and like an SOS. Is like, yo, I'm doing this thing. Do you want to hop on board? And you never know who's watching. I always talk about it. My first full-time job in Web3 came from a YouTube video that got 200 views. I got paid $2,400 a month for a video that I posted that got 200 views. A job offer came, and because of that job offer, a month later I started my own company, and I've lived off of that money ever since. So you will spend at least the same amount of effort selling as you will creating the art. You don't get rich by creating your art. You get rich by selling your art. And so now I'm going to paint a visual photo for why this makes sense, and for them to basically, whoever's listening to this, be like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Now what's the offer? And that comes after all this. So I hit him with this story, the marketer and the author. Two people signing copies of their new books at a local bookstore one early Saturday morning. There's a huge line out the door wrapping around the entire building. They must have crushed it with these books, right? But there is a caveat. The line out the door was only for person A, the marketer. Books were flying off the shelves and they couldn't sign enough books if they tried. Now, why is this? It's because the marketer knew their target audience. They knew the client base. They knew how to incentivize people to come to their signing. And they made sure to post on their social media that you get a free ebook QR code for part 2 of the book. All you have to do is show up. And so it got people to get out of their ass, get out of home, and get their book signed and get the QR code, the incentive that he offered. Now, the sad empty line for person B was a direct result of lazy strategizing. Look, I don't want to be the guy to say it, but that's the reality. You were lazy. You were not strategically planning out how to sell art. Selling art and creating art is not the same thing. If you want to sell art, then you need to accept that that's what you're doing here and start to implement things that you do to sell stuff. It's not the same. When you create art, it's not the same as selling art. So if you want to sell it, you need to decide that that's what you want to do and say, okay, if I want to sell this, I need to have a different approach, right? Person B could have done both. The only reason they didn't is because they didn't realize it would make an impact on selling the book. They thought that my art is so good that people will they'll just buy it. That's it. My book is so good, it will just sell itself. That's not the case, right? But ding ding, motherfucker, you are in luck. You understand why you must spend energy on strategy. Now, why did I go positive here instead of saying negative, which it sounded like I was about to go into? The reason I link into this is because I want to reward the person going through the course right now, which is you, that this is a good thing to be. You're like, oh shit, that's a problem. But guess what? Cade's got the solution. I got the solution. Basically, all I gotta do is get through the rest of these slides and I'm gonna know the answer. I'm starting to understand it already in my head. This is dope. I'm learning something, right? And again, this is all to build rapport with the person going through the course, because at the end I have my own offer. Now, you understand that to become a digital artist, you must also have a digital personality, brand, and community. Now, this is an assumption I'm making that you yourself, the viewer, will also come to that conclusion as I'm saying it because of all the context that I provided with 12 slides before this. So then you're saying, oh yeah, that is right. That basically is what he was saying. That is the conclusion I came to, aka content creator. Now, the reason I said that content creator is because there's another course that I'm linking them to that's going to get them more involved into my brand, more, and get to see my face more, get to like me more. They're going to go through another course where I talk about a bunch of things that have to do with content creation in regards to bring more business and different opportunities for you, maybe even selling NFT art. So next slide, no more of the days trying to get into a gallery where random people just glance at your shit and move on. No more of the days just sitting on the sidewalk trying to sell your NFT with your art flapping in the wind while people walk past you. No more of the days trying to stand out there and explain everything all at once while they're thinking, cool, nah, right? I'm painting these pictures because a visual is so important, especially for artists who my target audience is. Remember, target audience is so important. I'm talking to artists. In this course, artists are listening to this. In this course, the reason you're watching this is because you are someone trying to sell NFT art, which means you've probably done some of these things and you don't want to do it anymore. That's why you're here in the first place. So I'm pointing that again and saying, here's what you don't want. Here's a better way. Through me. What an opportunity we have with the power of social media at our fingertips to create content, build a brand, and you know the secret hack. It's digital storytelling. Again, giving them the confidence, saying, you know this because of the context I just provided. They're already kind of arriving at these conclusions. I'm just basically saying it on paper and saying, this is the answer that you already were kind of coming to. So again, confidence in the new client, the viewer, whoever your audience is, they're now feeling really good at the fact that they're in this course and they've learned so much and they already kind of know the next steps. So now I hit them with my personal success story and I say, here's why you should listen to me, because my offer is coming. In the same way an artist would ideally like to make consistent income from their art, a YouTuber would ideally like to make consistent income from YouTube. Newsflash, it's not possible for 99% of YouTubers. So I found an alternate way to leverage my YouTube to get someone else to pay for my YouTube videos, and it was actually really simple. So now you're thinking, holy shit, wait, hold on a second, what? What did he say? There's other ways to make money? by making content, which he already explained is the way to sell art. So I basically am crushing two birds, one stone. Very cool. So then I continue with my story. I say, I finesse everybody. True story. I began reviewing and auditing tons of NFT projects on my YouTube, leaving my brutally honest opinion and stamp on it. People loved it, and so did the NFT project. And here a visual of different reviews that I've done. Some of these amassing, tens of thousands of views. This was a marketing and a transparency opportunity to make those projects look credible. This meant money in my pocket because they were willing to pay for these honest reviews, which also kept my slate clean because I'm not doing promos, I'm doing audits and honest reviews, right? So I began laying out the bricks, and I became the person, the online persona, again, drawing back and alluding to something I talked about earlier, building that online brand because you want to sell things, you want people to like you, and they're going to buy it from people that they like. I became the honest reviewer who makes entertaining videos and is also educational and not shilly. Soon after, I began interviewing NFT project founders, and I found a way to incorporate that as part of the Brilliant Honest package, where some people are buying a higher ticketed price package, which includes the interview, right? So then I began further building out this online persona as the honest reviewer who makes entertaining videos and educational content and interviews the coolest NFT project founders. Now, so the person going through this is going, holy shit, I've learned so much from this guy. Now I have a little bit more context as to why he knows some of these things. I want to work with this person. So now I hit him with this light bulb moment. None of this was planned, meaning you have a chance to do this. Again, I am building this confidence in the person who's going through this course, which right now is technically you, and you're saying, fuck me. This guy figured it out. He has all these answers. Like, I either got to talk to him, I got to follow him, I got to do something in regards to him because he's brought so much value to me. So, right, I say, none of this was planned. The general layout was somewhat clear to me. It was about narrative, right? It was all about how I presented myself online. So it's just branding. A brand is built slowly. So again, the way I'm saying this, it's about letting the viewer go through this journey with you through this course and saying, God damn, I'm coming to all these conclusions the same time Cade is writing this. It feels like this course was made for me. And now here's the offer that I've been talking about. But you didn't think I'd leave you hanging with, yeah, so it's just about taking a long time, building your brand, blah, blah, blah. Good luck. Absolutely fucking not. I have the solution. So now they have context, they love me, they've learned a lot, and I've introduced a new concept, which is making money online, building a persona online. Now they're thinking, damn, I got an opportunity to sell art, to make money, to build an online brand, which everyone wants to do. This is lit. What could the offer be? What is the solution? And I want to give it to them for free because, again, this is just building my brand as the narrative of someone who teaches people shit. You never know what kind of opportunities come when you take this perspective and this role as someone in a new emerging industry. I'm going to tell you, the biggest opportunities that I've gotten have been because of educational types of content where someone looks at me, says, that guy is good. We like him. We want him to be part of whatever we're doing. That's where it comes from. It's from this kind of content. Because there's nothing to hide. I'm telling you all my secrets. I'm telling you why I made the course the way I did. And I'm telling you that this is going to bring me clients for a fact. Now you as the viewer can make your own fucking course because I just walked you through it. And it might even be something that you hire me for as an advisor. So again, there's only good things that come from this. It took me like 2 hours to put this together. So yeah, in the next part 2, I uncover the top secrets for content strategies. We can literally take them and use them right now for your own content and begin building out your online persona and begin making money and also selling NFT art. How do you get part 2? All you got to do is follow me on my Twitters, DM the company account, say, let me get that part 2. I'm trying to make some money. So again, so much value, and all they have to do to get the next part, which is just branding. It's just them seeing me in my glasses even more, trusting me even more, where at some point maybe they hire me, they connect with me with someone, they reshare something that one of their followers finds me, I get a client from them, or at the very least I get a new follower who respects me and is appreciative of the fact that I just created this course for them for free. And then finally at the very end, after they've gotten their course and they're feeling happy, I say, hey, by the way, if you're looking for any kind of consulting or coaching, I just make sure to pull up a visual and say, oh yeah, like this is something I was doing that. Because if you don't offer that call to action, they might not do it just because that call to action wasn't there. Like there's plenty of times where someone posts a tweet or something, and if they hadn't had that link in the original tweet, I probably wouldn't have clicked it because I probably wouldn't have gone in and like combed through all the replies to like find the link or like click on his bio or her bio and go to the website. Like if it wasn't in that original tweet, I wouldn't have taken the extra 10 seconds to do that. And that's the problem when you're working in like a consumer market. You just have to assume that they're not going to do anything that you want them to do and that they think you suck. If you can assume that, then you can do things like this, like adding your call to actions when you're supposed to, and not just saying like, nah, like they'll do it on their own. They'll find me on their own if they really believe it. Like that kind of stuff doesn't work as well. It does work, right? That's how I built my brand, and kind of like I led with that strategy for probably the first 6 months of my career. And then when I switched over and started incorporating things about sales and marketing tactics, I saw like a 50% increase in all my clients, in all my attention, in all my inbound requests, and it fucking works. Also, I need to bring this to light because this is something I experienced because I talk to a lot of people, especially in Web3, if you don't actually have anything of value to offer, do not fucking especially make a course. If you have a course that you're making and you have an offer you want to do, that's great. But if you don't actually have anything to bring to the table, real knowledge, actual information that's going to help, the amount of times I've been in a meeting with someone who's supposed to be a fucking expert and I talk to them and at the end of the meeting, I'm like, dude, I actually feel stupider. Like, they literally said so much bullshit, just a whole lot of nothing, you know. And in this course, like, you actually learn a fuck ton for free because all the information is there. It's in my head and I've applied it to a business and it worked, and I applied it to selling NFTs and it worked. So like throughout that course, they actually got like an actual deliverable. They really learned something, and there's more to learn, and it's for free. All they have to do is subscribe to me, kind of thing, right? But if you're one of those assholes who makes a course and doesn't actually say anything, they say a bunch of words but no actual like help, then you suck, and you're one of those people. And guess what? People talk about you behind your back. For real. Like, if you're one of those people that probably has a lot of followers but you don't actually ever say anything, people just whatever, like you bought your followers or you bought a whitelist giveaways or something, like one of those things. People respect like value. They like respect actual value. So if you don't have anything to offer, don't hurt your own brand and do something that you're not ready for. Meaning, if you're trying to sell a course on business, have a fucking business first and have done some things in business that are successful so you can make a course that's going to be helpful to someone with the business. So anyways, that is the end of this how to not to sell NFT art, and also kind of just like a step-by-step like how I'm thinking about constructing these courses, and what you guys think. Like, let me know. It's not like I've made a million of these courses. I'm not a professional by any means, but if you guys have anything, any bits of advice or constructive criticism, please drop it down below. And with that, I think I'm going to close it out. Make sure to click that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, join the kingdom, follow me on Twitter for all the alpha. If you're an NFT Project Web3 company, check out my website, joyagekingdom.com, to work together. If you want to see more of me right now, you know what to do. Click on one of these boxes on the side of me. Until next time, continue on your joy age, continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video.